Hola. ¿Cómo están? How are we doing out there? ¿Estamos bien? Es jueves. How midterms going? Okay. Más o menos. All right. Well, you're getting there. You're getting there. Um, well, let's see. Midterms, I did great, most of them. So if you would like to check on Skyward, you can see how you did. I think my average was a C plus, which is a pretty average. We will certainly be going through those probably the first day or two after break. I did send a message out this morning to those of you that have not taken it, telling you that you need to come today after school to take it. So if there is a conflict with that, you're gonna have to let me know. Otherwise, I will expect you there, on Zoom about 2:40 after school today, so we can get that made up. All right. So that's where we're at on that. I am finalizing grades. My plan today is we have a little tiny bit of stuff we need to look at for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then I'm going to give you a little practice to do on that and give you the rest of the period to catch up, to check Skyward, to see if anything is missing, to see if there's anything you need to do as we are finalizing your 9 weeks grade. Things I would look at, I will accept anything really from this since midterm, all right, for not too much point penalty late. If you have stuff that's way old, I mean, you're welcome to turn it in and I'll use my discretion on if I'm going to give you points for it or not. So, at some point we got to cut it off and keep moving. But anything from this midterm, so basically September, if you've got stuff from September that relates to chapter 1 that you would still like to turn in, that would be worth your time. Okay. Oh my goodness. So I think that's kind of where we're at. So what I would like to do, like I said, I have one little topic that I want to mention to you. It's not a big deal. I try to be honest with you, like conjugating verbs, big deal. What we're about to do now, small thing, actually was supposed to be part of your midterm, but we didn't get to it, which is fine. None of the other classes did either. And so I just want to mention it so that you're kind of aware of it. And like I said, give you one opportunity to practice for a few more points. And then we'll kind of move on. So what I would love for you to do is go to my current lesson if you are not already there. And under number 1 is a little document for some notes called Que Tiempo Hace. So I would love it if you could pull that up, print it out if you like to print out things and you have a printer, put it in your Google Notes folder or on your desktop so that we can fill in a couple examples together. And then you will try one quick practice with that for me. So I will pause for just a moment. If you are not already there, I'm sharing my screen here. Just go to your current lesson. And it's right here. Number 1, notes on cuánto tiempo hace que, right there. So click on that guy and let's take, like I said, 5 minutes of notes here so you recognize this and then we'll move on. So let me pull it up and I will share it with you. What I would do, seems to make sense when you're taking notes, is kind of split your screen. So pull up the notes and then also be able to look at my screen so that we can kind of talk through it and do some examples here at the bottom together. So this is what you should be looking at. And like I said, I would split the screen so you can look at mine on half your screen and then you can be typing on the other half of your screen, unless you have printed it off. Okay, I'm assuming I have given you enough time to do that. I will be taking a couple volunteers here in a minute to get some points. And let's see what I'm talking about. So here's a question. How long have you been doing something? All right, that's what we're going to talk about. So you can say, like, if I ask you today, like, how long have you been studying for that test? Or I can ask you in general, like, how long have you been, for instance, down here, practicing Spanish? So again, it can be like an immediate, like, oh, I've been practicing it for 5 minutes because I've been in Spanish class for 5 minutes. Or it can be a general, like, I've been studying Spanish for the last 2 years. All right. So the weird thing about this is that you can't translate it word for word to English. It just doesn't work. It's a funny little structure that you just have to practice and recognize. All right. So give me, like I said, 5 minutes of your attention, and we'll keep it short and sweet. All right. But get your focus on 5 minutes. That's all I need. 5 minutos. All right. So here's the structure. The question always looks like cuánto tiempo hace que, and then a verb. So this basically translates to how long have you been? And again, it's not a direct word by word translation at all. So that's why we have to look at it separately. Cuánto tiempo hace que, and then you're going to put a verb there. If I'm asking you a question, the verb's going to be in the to form. So look at my example down here. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que practicas español? How long have you practiced Spanish? Have you been practicing Spanish? All right, now to answer it, pay attention here. Okay, the structure always looks the same. You start out with hace, you put in an amount of time, you use the word que, and then you're going to change your verb probably to the yo form because you're answering about yourself. So look at my example. I said, hace 10 años que practico español. All right, so let me just kind of underline this would be in the to form in the question. And then when you answer it, you're probably going to put it in the yo form unless you're talking about somebody else. I could say, how long have your parents been speaking Spanish? And then you would put it in the they form. So it just depends who you're talking to. All right, so hace 10 años que practico español. I've been practicing Spanish for 10 years. All right, here's a couple helpful words. Pay attention if you don't know these words. Minutos, minutes, horas, hours, semanas, weeks, meses, months, and años, years. All right, I did 2 examples for you. Then you're going to do 2 examples for me. All right, so I'm going to need a volunteer in a minute. If you understand and you're paying attention and you can help us, get ready to get your point. So this one, I kind of pulled out some vocab here. All right, from your last chapter. I said, ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que? How long have you been? All right, so the question is, ¿Eres miembro del equipo de basquetbol? ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que eres miembro del equipo de basquetbol? Raise your hand if you think you can tell me what that question is asking. I got a few people up. Reddick, what do you think?
How long have you been a member of the basketball team?
Yeah, perfect. How long have you been a member, right? Miembro is one of your vocab words. Equipo, also a vocab word, of the basketball team. All right, so I said, maybe you just started this year. Hace 3 meses que soy miembro del equipo. Somebody want to translate that answer for me real quick? Hace 3 meses que soy miembro del equipo. What am I saying there, Charles?
I think it's you have 3 members in equipment or something.
Okay, the words are all good, but you didn't quite put them together. Now listen, equipo, you're right, can mean equipment. In this case, though, look back at the first sentence, the question we're saying, it's a member of the basketball team. So you're right, that equipo can mean both things. So you're on the right track. You've got a lot of words there. You want to try again or you want to pass it? Remember, it's asking how long have you been a member of the basketball team? You want to try one more time?
Is it 3 years?
Close. Look up here for meses right there.
Oh, 3 months.
Okay. So now you got it. I've been a member of the team for 3 months. Perfect. Thanks, Charles. All right, let's look at number 2. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que haces la tarea? Somebody want to translate that for me real quick? What are you thinking that means? Haces la tarea. Remember, if you have your camera off, you can still raise your little blue hand for a point. What do you think I'm asking about there? ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que? Okay, we know what that means. Go up here, right there. And haces la tarea. Should be able to stick that in. What do we got? Someone want to volunteer? Volunteer? My choice. Show me you're with me. Thanks, Nora.
You've been doing homework for 3 hours.
Oh, good. I didn't even want you to answer it yet. But yeah, so the question going back, how long have you been doing your homework? All right, again, this is probably specific because I said, hace 3 horas que hago la tarea. How long you been doing your homework? She says, oh, I've been doing my homework for 3 horas. She looked up here, hours. All right, again, you'll notice this was in the to form and now it's in the yo form. Okay, I would like you to try number 3. Okay, and then we'll type out the answer together. So I want you to make sure you try it first. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que vas a North Central? So this is going to be different if you're a freshman or a sophomore or a junior or a senior. So you decide. Okay, if you're a freshman, maybe your answer is in meses. If you're not a freshman, then your answer is probably in años. So you write out your own answer there. Okay, pausing for a minute. And then if you want to, you can try the next one if you can figure out the next one. If you're not sure how to start, it always starts the same. Look up here in the top in yellow. Hace, amount of time, que, and your verb. Okay, pausing for 1 minute. Then I want some volunteers. Oh, sorry, Victoria. I just saw your thing. If you want to do the next one, I'll call on you. All right, Victoria, you want to try the next one?
Sure. Do I like say my answer to number
Yeah.
3?
Yeah.
Hace 3 meses que at North Central.
Okay, hace 3 meses, que. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this word. Have you been going to North Central? Can you put that in the yo form? We haven't reviewed this yet. We might need to. I might stick that in tomorrow.
I don't know. Wait, Voss, you want me
Yep.
to put that in?
Well, that's the you form. I want it in the
Okay.
yo form. Anybody
Just
want to help
add
us?
O at the end?
No, good try. We're going to review this. I think we need to review it. You got the rest of it right. Somebody want to tell her real quick for a point? What's the yo form of ear? I mean, I could tell her, but you could get a point if you know it.
Is it boy?
Is it soy?
It is. Okay, somebody who said, I think
That
was
was
that
T-
you, Deja, was that
Yeah.
you that said it first?
Yeah.
Okay, Tegan, I'll come back to you if you want to do something in a minute. So Deja
All right.
says, say it one more time. What is it?
Boy.
Yep. There it is. Okay, we'll review that verb. I feel like we haven't done that, and that's something that I've been meaning to do. I might stick that in tomorrow. All right, so hace 3 meses que voy a North Central. I've been going to North Central for 3 months. Okay, now if you're a sophomore, you might want to say un año. Or if you're a junior, you might want to say 2 años. Or if you're a senior, not sure if I have any in here, but sometimes I do, they sneak in. You might want to say 3 años. All right. Tell me about cuánto tiempo hace que juegas videojuegos. Are they in here into video games? So again, you can tell me, I mean, if you like think about it as I just walked in and I was like, oh my gosh, how long have you been playing video games? Come on, get off, you're done. I feel like I say that to my son all the time. Or like, how many years have you been playing video games? Oh, I've been playing for the, like you think of it either way. What do you think? I know Tegan, you wanted to go last time. You want to answer this one?
Sure. Hace mucho horas tiempo que juegas videojuegos.
Okay. We're going to fix it up a little. Stay there with me. So hace, how much time? You said muchas something?
Mucho horas or muchas horas.
Okay. Now get in that little word. What's the little word?
Um,
Starts with a Q.
que.
Uh-huh. All right. Now here's what I want you to do. We're going to keep this real simple at the end. I asked you juegas videojuegos. Now you put that in the yo form. So
Go.
there it is. Videojuegos. There it is. You want to say it one more time for me?
So hace muchas horas que juego videojuegos.
Juegos. I know it's a lot.
Juegos.
Video juegos. I know. All right. Thanks, Tegan. Good job. All right. So he switched up. He said, I've been playing for many hours. That's fine. Hey, you can say una hora, you can say dos horas, or you can just say, I've been playing for many hours, right? Several hours. That works. All right. And again, don't forget, if you're typing this, make sure you're looking at my screen too, because I'm making sure that everything's kind of lined up. So again, make sure your verb is in the yo form because you're answering about yourself. All right, these are your standards. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of your standard answers and questions. Now, I did one more extra one because I wanted you to recognize this, and there's one of these on the little practice you're about to do for me. So they changed the question a little bit. Instead of cuánto tiempo hace que, how long have you been, blah, 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 they said, hace muchas horas que. So has it been a lot of hours that you have been, in this case, practicas para el examen, that you've been practicing for your exam or studying for your exam? So I'm going to do this one for you. So let's say, of course, sí, yes, I've been studying so hard. Sí, hace muchas horas. I'm just going to steal what they said, que. And again, all I have to do is put that in the yo form, that I've been practicing. Practico para el examen. All right. So I just wanted to show you number 5, just a slightly different structure because there's one of those in, I think, the 6 or so questions that I'm going to ask you to try here in a minute. All right. So look, there's your notes. Like I said, this is not a huge topic. It's more just being aware and recognizing and having some examples to look at. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn this over to you. There is one last activity that I will grade in the textbook that is practicing this. So I just want to know that you have been paying attention, that you wrote down your notes or typed them out, and that you get it. Okay, I think it's like 6 or 8 questions. It's nothing crazy. And literally you're going to fill in the blanks with cuánto or tiempo or hace and que, or you're going to fill out the answer with hace and que. I don't even think they make you fill in these. You just have to recognize the structure. All right. So I am prepared to let you leave the Zoom here in just a second. What I want you to do is go straight to your Pearson textbook. I want you to complete this last activity that I just assigned you for today. And then the rest of the period is yours to check on Skywords, see if there's anything else you can get me, if there's anything else you can turn in specifically from chapter 1. Okay, that's what I'm looking for if you're looking for some points. I feel like everybody's searching for points usually at this point in the 9 weeks. So that's it. Otherwise, let me remind you, if you did not take your quiz yesterday, you have to show up after school today to please take it. And I think that's it. Hang around if you have a question. Otherwise, go straight to Pearson and get this last practice done. Hasta mañana.